Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB. This is Football Manager 2022, the Youth Academy Challenge Save with Beira-Mar, and we have made a lot of moves in the staff department. Not the transfers, we can't sign any transfers because we are literally restricted on that. Good news though, before we do anything else, every player has signed a professional contract so we won't be losing anyone. Hallelujah! You're also realizing something very important right now, and that's the fact that I have filtered this and we show the under 19s as well. Yeah, I'm showing the under 19s as well because I generally realized very quickly that I'm probably going to use quite a few of them. Another important thing I never realized was the fact that we need to have 13 players who've been trained in Portugal for 3 years between their 15th and 21st birthdays. We don't have a lot of those apparently, and apparently, which I feel is slightly harsh, but at the same time makes more sense when I think about it, our youth intakes won't count for that. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. And if you're going to look at this, homegrown status, there's a reason I want to look at this. We don't have a few. The Brazilian players and South American players do not count towards this. And we've got quite a few Brazilians, it seems. So, slightly awkward. What is slightly annoying, though, is the fact that apparently we don't... But I'm actually slightly annoyed that the fact that apparently they are not counted between trained at clubs or trained in the country, even though they've been here their entire lives, because of the fact it's between their 1st and 21st birthdays and not their 15th and 21st birthdays. So we may have to wait a few years for some players to count towards that. And if we don't have the minimum number of players on the matchday squad to be met, spaces must be left on the substitutes bench. Oh no. When did this get changed in Portugal? Was it in last year's game as well and I just had the players? I don't... At least Ricardo Gilparas is going to count towards that next month, which should be the next match actually. But, oh my god. I hate the fact that this rule exists and I never knew about it, but okay. Let's go back to the staff though, because we've got quite a lot of staff members in, because I wanted to literally make my stamp and make my mark on the backroom staff. Yeah. So meaning I decided to try and bring people in, and I brought a lot of people. So let's go over this very quickly. Dean Austin, we brought from St Albans City as a director of football for a 2-year deal. He's been paid £800 a week. I think he's okay. Fairly loyal. Hopefully he won't ask for a pay rise. He's been at a lot of places in England. We bought Pedro Lascarim as a goalkeeping coach. Is he amazing? No, but he is studying for his Continental A license, which means he should be getting better. And he knows for some reason Saudi Arabia. I don't know why. I guess it's because he's worked out there for a few times. And the guitar too. Let's check. I'm actually curious. Did you work at guitar? Did you work at guitar? I can't tell. It just tells. It doesn't tell me anything else. All right, cool. We brought in Tiago Duarte as the head physio. I think he's okay for this level. We brought in Gilles Munier as a coach. He's not amazing, but he does the job. He's just unambitious, which could be terrifying. Jorge Castro Diaz has been brought in as a fitness coach. He's good, I think, and he can still get another license badge, so he could become even better if we push him to do that. We brought in Leonardo Fernandez, who has got... I generally didn't think we can get this guy as a head performance analysis, but he's really good at his job. And Saltem and Principal is where he's from. I never knew this place existed. I'm gonna be honest. So we've got knowledge of a place I never knew existed. But okay, at least he can help us. We brought a head of development in the form of Helio Pinto. He is learning to get his Continental C license. I think he's a good coach and could become even better. For some reason, he also knows Cypriot. So he played out there for a while as a player, as well as Poland. I wish he had all the knowledge of all his former clubs. He's good. 450 a week. Very cheap. He's just on a 1-year deal, which means I need to renew it every year, which is slightly awkward. Antonio Grassa has been brought in as the chief scout. He's the only scout we can get. He's on a National A license, which means he could be better. Hooray for that. We brought in Francisco Pacheco as the physio. Again, really good for this level. We brought in Jason Brunette as the head of sports science. I think for 27, he's good at that, and he's honestly pretty good for the level, really. We brought in Helio Ventura as the assistant manager. Yeah, he is... honestly, more than I could ask for and the best thing I could wish for this level. So, quite frankly, I'm relieved we got someone like him on the books. It's just a shame he's on a 1-year contract. We've got João Marquez as the recruitment analysis. One of them. I am never going to sign a player, so the fact I brought him is probably a waste of money, but whatever. We also brought in João Estrella as the sports scientist. Again, really good for this level. We brought Marquito as the under-19s coach, but he's also only got a national A license, studying for a Continental C license, so he's getting better and better. We brought Cristiana Costa as the under-19s physio. Really good for this level, and I'm happy she's doing stuff for us. We brought in João Paulo as the under-19s coach. I think he's good. He's also only got a National B license, so he's going to get better and better when he learns his coaching badges. We brought in Joaquin Gomez as the under-19s assistant manager. He's studying for his Continental Pro license, so he will get better. How much better? I honestly don't know. I don't think he'll get better by much. We brought Osimone Kamura as the under-19s sports scientist. I know he's not amazing, but honestly, he's the best I can find. We brought in Christopher Monier as the under-19s performance analysis. Again, not amazing, but again, probably the best we could get at this level. We brought in Chiquinho as the under-19s manager. For a manager, at this level for under-19s, he's really good. He's only got a 1-year deal, which means this could be awkward if he wants to leave. But he's a chief member of staff, and he's from Cape Verde, so honestly, give me that. I'll be very happy with this kind of person working for me, and hopefully he can do well. We also brought Alfonso Colho as the performance analysis, another one. Again, not amazing, but probably the best we can do. And the last person we brought in was Francisco Diaz. I swear we've got another Diaz already. He's a performance analysis. But yeah, someone we brought him. He was with the Sporting CP under 18s performance analysis, so he's now working for us. So it could be worse. Still, we are going to take on our opponents today in Panava do Castelo. Panava. Can I just call them Panava? I think it sounds like it works. So we're going to take them on today. They are one of the worst teams in our group. I'm also going to show this because I forgot to mention this could be a thing. Season preview. We are now up to 7th place because the loans ended and all that stuff and all that jazz. The team we're taking on today, one of the other promoted sides, 45th in the league. If we don't beat them, something's gone wrong. Atletico Portugal actually got promoted and they're now 14th. They got one of the strikers in the Mini Dream 11. Vinicius Alves. Oh, I wish I had someone like this. A problem with my players is I'm paying Mauricio Junior 1.2 grand a week. I think he's the highest paid player in this division, and he's already concerned about the lack of depth in centre midfield. This is slightly awkward. I'm hopeful he won't be upset about that for long, especially when I'm going to play in Mazzala. Yeah, this could be awkward. They also want me to change my lineup. I'm not changing my lineup, quite frankly. Wait, you want me to go cautious and do short kicks? Why? I want to be having more of the ball. I'm trying to understand this thing that they're trying to make me do. Brian's also got injured. He's out for 4 days. But because there's only, one game every 2 weeks or something ridiculous, we can work with that. So this is a problem we're going to look with. So the team we're going with is this. Diego Almeida is in goal. Adsan is the right back. He's being paid £700 a week. We had to do quite a bit to get him to sign because at one point we were offering too little. Then he got a new agent or something and he says, actually, no, I want more money. Okay, we get more money. We've got Pinto on one side, a 36-year-old defender. There's a reason I don't want to be playing high-paced football because this guy's really slow and he's going to be really bad in the future. And the problem we have with centre midfield is going to be even worse when centre-back happens because he's really old. We've got Diego Tavares. Have you noticed the problem with our team? Our 2 best centre-backs are slow. This is awkward. I don't like this. We're playing Ricardo Ferreira as the left-back. He's not amazing, and I feel that's a weakness we have. In the end, we have Luis Breda. I think he's good and could be quite useful for us. It's just a matter of making sure we get the best out of him, really. We have Mauricio Junior as the Mazzala on the left. Support role, he's amazing. I hope we can get the best out of him, even if he's more of a box-to-box or ball-winning midfielder kind of player. I feel like we can get the best out of him, really. We're playing Luis Felipe as the other midfielder. He's more of an attacking midfielder, but we can play him as an attacking, as a midfielder as well, on support or attack. Again, not amazing, but he's also only paying £100 a week. We're playing Alexandre Damosa as the winger on the right. For winger, he's very basic in his game, but I think he can do a good job for me. Rafael Fonseca is playing as the inside forward. Now, admittedly, he's got 11 finishing. Inside forward feels like the perfect role for him, even if he's not amazing and not ideal. And he's also more of a striker, apparently, but inside forward for me, because I think he could do a good job. Because we got Hugo Sandova as the striker, and I'm gonna be honest, I think he's kind of the person we can build this team around in the future, because he's only 22, he's Paraguayan, and he's really good. I'm also paying him $1,000 a week on a 3-year deal. So if I don't build a team around him, there's something's gone very wrong, especially if a player comes from a youth academy intake and he's actually a lot better than this guy. So we need to work around this guy. So that's what team we're going to go with. We've got players on the bench. I had to literally not play with a centre-back on my bench. Thankfully, Luis Breda can play the centre-back, but it's not ideal that I need to actually go without a centre-back on my bench, because we literally would fail the registration rule otherwise. I'll show you what I mean. So if I take off Rafael and I try to submit the team, this will come up. So I literally cannot have the other centre-back on the bench because he's not homegrown. It's annoying, but there you go. So either way, we're going to take on our opponents today. Hopefully we'll win. The fact that I'm going to go cautious is a little concerning, but I think this team should be good enough to win this game comfortably with the tactic I'm using. Please, for the love of God, can we win this? I don't want to lose first thing, because that would be slightly embarrassing, especially when we're a team that's expected to be in 7th place. And also, we've had a lot of friendlies, and I say a lot of friendlies. I'm going to go over this quickly. We've played so many friendlies to keep our match sharpness up. It is ridiculous. That's what, 12, 15 friendlies alone we've played in preparation for this match? So if I didn't do well, I think I've made a mistake somewhere. As if the game is mocking me at this point. It feels like the game's mocking me. Rafa's had to come on, so the player I literally was forced to put on the bench is actually come to my rescue, because Adson's been injured inside the first 5 minutes due to a potential foot injury, which I'm fearing could be a broken foot, and for someone I'm paying £700 a week, that is not ideal. Yes, we are also using the tactic I used at Modena. Different team, I know, but I'm hopeful we can use that to our advantage. Ferrara, what can we do in this situation? We can play the cross? No. Bellows blocks it, and now they're going to try and get a counter, maybe? I hope not. We'll get the ball back, though. Tavares, despite not being very quick, is very good positional-wise, and play back to the keeper. He has done. Here's Almeida. Here's Pinto. And now, the two really slow defenders are going to try and make us do something. Finds Sendova. Finds Damaso. Okay, you can use your pace. Let's do this. Come on. Damaso. Mauricio Jr. plays it across. Sendova scores, and Hugo Sendova, the man I licked in pain too much money, has given us the lead. Really good stuff. 1-0. Let's get going with this. I mean, honestly, the fact I'm paying this guy so much money, I would expect him to score. So, if he's not scoring goals, I'm slightly concerned. We've been in the dominant side so far, and that's a good sign. Mauricio Jr. Oh, that's a good ball in them. That's a penalty, surely. He's gone down. He's been fouled, and that's a goal scored. He's not been sent off. Why? It's a goal scored opportunity. Why is he not being sent off? Mauricio Jr. powers it home. 2-0. My fears of not doing well in the first game of the year have been kind of put to bed already, which is very useful, very nice. Thank you for this game. I am no longer concerned about losing this first game of the year. We're going to have a chance for this corner now. Can we take it? It's been headed away. Here's Fonseca, though. And we could make this 3-0 before half-time. Pinto on the ball. Finds Sandova. That might be another penalty. It is. We've got 2 penalties in a matter of minutes. That's hilarious. The question now is this. Can we get a second penalty from Mauricio Jr.? He does. Our most highest paid player has got 2 goals in the first game of the year. And we're 3-0 up at half-time. And it's looking very good. The fact that we're causing that much problems for them is very useful. And 3-0, perfect start to the league campaign. Let's make sure we pounce on this and make it a drumming. So we've got the ball. Breda on for Mauricio Jr. Here's the Massal. Sandova. Oh, Felipe. No, it's a bad touch. I thought we'd get through, but here's Breda again. We are able to get the ball so high up the pitch. Sandova. Fonseca. Oh, chance, and it's over the bar. The fact that we are so dominant so far is actually very nice. Here's Diego Tavares. Finds Breda. Here's Pinto. And Breda on the ball. Mauricio Jr. Here's Damaso, who I know is very dangerous on his day. Can play it across. Has done. Sandova. It's in again. Keeper's made a mess of it. And it's 4 on our debut. I'll be honest, I thought this would be very difficult, but apparently it's not. So, this is good. This is really good. I genuinely thought it would be more difficult. As a barrel header, but the keeper, what is the keeper doing with that? Terrible keeping. I want to give a debut, actually, to Ricardo Calbahas, who is unambitious, but we need to give him first team football for him to develop. So we're going to give him some 15 minutes, and we're going to see what we can do with this. I think he could do a job. I really do. Here's Mauricio Jr., though. Finds Rafa. Now Calbahas, the man I just literally talked about, finds Breda and Pinto on the ball. So let's do this. Calbahas. We know we can do a good job. Here's Pinto once more. Across to Felipe. Sandova. Felipe once more again. Can play back to Breda. Has done. We're keeping the ball nicely. This is really good football. I know it's the weakest team of the division in our group, but even so, this is very promising stuff. As we can do this more and more. Junior, ball in the middle. Sakura scored. Yes, he does. Sakura, his first of the season, is coming from the bench to get it, and it's in. It's 5, and that was really well worked. And I'm so delighted with the goal that we've just scored here. We were very patient with the build-up, and Mauricio Jr. with the ball. It's in off the post, but honestly, the fact it's gone in is all I care about. I've just got to hope that the injury we suffered is not too serious. That's all I've got to ask for. So 5-0 win. We're giving a player a debut as well, a young talent. We're one of, there's only 4 teams in the division in the group, but 4 teams got a win. Espinho, I genuinely thought would be a team that we need to worry about. Lost their first game of the year, so maybe, just maybe, we're not to be concerned about it as much. But how bad is this injury? A fractured toe. It's not as bad as I was fearing, and the reason I say that is because, well, 4 weeks is literally just 3 games missing, which is terrible when I say that, but look how spaced out this fixture list is. Look at it. We only play, what, a few games? In the new year, we only play a handful of games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in the new year. So what we're going to be doing, and this is going to be a bit ambitious of me, we are going to come back for December. Why? Because 1, there's only going to be, what, 7 games have been played in the league campaign. I want to get that deep in already. And 2, our youth and take a preview might have arrived. So that's the game. That's the aim here. Mauricio Jr. did really well on my first game. 2 goals and 2 assists. Yes, he got 2 penalties, but even so, really good performance. If we can keep this up, we might get a 2nd straight promotion, but who knows? This is the best start we could have wished for, and I'm excited for it. So let's see what we can do from here. But either way, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.